Hello and welcome back to the channel where flavor knows no borders. This is Food Around Me.
You thought part 2 was shocking. Hold on, part 3 is where things get really wild. Egypt has dishes that make Americans run away just from the smell, yet for locals, they're treasures of thousands of years of culture. And trust me, what you're about to see will make you laugh, cringe, and maybe even hungry. Egypt has the pyramids, the pharaohs, the Nile River. And, surprisingly, a dish that sounds Italian but carries a completely Egyptian soul, Macarona bashamel. At first glance, you might think it's just lasagna or pasta al forno. But no, the Egyptian version is different. This is not restaurant fine dining, it's the ultimate comfort food, the family dish that defines home. Here's how it works. Penne pasta is boiled, then layered in a big tray. In the middle comes the heart of the dish, ground beef or lamb sautéed with onions, rich tomato sauce, and warm spices cinnamon, nutmeg giving it that unmistakable Mediterranean oriental depth. And then the crown jewel, the bechamel sauce. Butter, flour, milk stirred into a velvety white blanket that covers the whole tray. Into the oven it goes, and when it comes out, the top is golden, bubbling, and fragrant enough to make the neighbors jealous. For Italians, lasagna is a national treasure. But Egyptians say, forget Italy, this is ours, because for them, macarona bechamel is childhood. It's the dish your mom made on Fridays, or when relatives came over, or when you just needed something big and hearty to feed a hungry family. And for Americans, at first sight, they go, oh, lasagna. But the first bite tells a different story. It's spicier, meatier, tomato-forward, with less cheese but more bold flavors. And that thick, creamy bechamel on top, it doesn't just decorate, it smothers the pasta in a warm, fatty hug. If Italian lasagna is like an elegant opera, then Egyptian macarona bechamel is like a loud family wedding party, messy, filling, unforgettable. It's food that doesn't whisper, it shouts. It doesn't ask if you're hungry, it makes you full whether you want it or not. So in America, comfort food usually means a bowl of mac and cheese, easy, cheesy, something you can still function after eating. But in Egypt, comfort food means a full tray of macarona bechamel, and after that, forget going back to work. The only thing you'll be doing is lying flat, breathing heavily, and regretting nothing. Shawarma, the very word carries the aroma of meat spinning on a vertical rotisserie, dripping fat into the flames. Americans might associate it with Turkish doner kebab or Greek gyros. But in Egypt, shawarma has its own personality, heavily marinated with lemon, garlic, and Mediterranean spices, then wrapped tight in warm pita. The twist is, shawarma isn't an ancient Egyptian dish. It's a child of cultural collisions: Ottoman, Levantan, North African. And Egypt made it louder, more acid, more garlic, more drama. Eating shawarma in Cairo is not a quick grab and go snack. It's a ritual, carving sizzling slices off the skewer, the pita soaking up juices, the tahini binding it all together. Each bite tells a story, from traveling Arab merchants to crowded midnight street stalls. For Americans, the first bite of Egyptian shawarma can be overwhelming. Too sour, too garlicky, too rich to be called a healthy wrap. But that overload is exactly what makes it the definition of modern Egyptian street food. And here's the deeper layer. Shawarma in Egypt isn't just fast food. It's a symbol of urban survival where real power doesn't belong to pharaohs or religion, but to sizzling meat stands at midnight, feeding the hungry masses. So if American mac and cheese represents comfort in softness, Egyptian shawarma represents comfort in chaotic satisfaction, messy, loud, but absolutely unforgettable. And here's the funny part. In Marvel movies, Iron Man and the Avengers once sat down for shawarma after saving the world. But in Egypt, you don't need to save the world, you just need to save your hungry stomach at to a .m. So if the burger is America's superhero, then Egyptian shawarma is the Iron Man of street food, flashy, smoky, and always delivering a mouth-blasting finale. When you think of baklava, your mind probably goes straight to Turkey, and for good reason it's famous there. But did you know Egypt has its own delicious version? Well, the basic pastry is similar. The Egyptian take is a whole new level of sweet. The secret lies in the syrup. Egyptian baklava is soaked in even more sweet syrup, making every flaky layer rich and decadent, and the star ingredient, a much stronger orange blossom flavor that gives it this incredible, floral aroma you won't find anywhere else. Honestly, after just one piece, all my American friends had the same exact reaction, a total sugar rush overload. It's sweet, it's rich, and it's absolutely irresistible. Get ready for a sweet adventure. Let's dig in. This is a true comfort food from the Middle East, with a rich history and even richer flavor. It's a simple, hearty stew made by slow-cooking tender lamb with a base of tomatoes, garlic, and of course, the star of the show, okra. Now, this isn't your average stew. We're talking about slow-simmering tender pieces of lamb with ripe, juicy tomatoes, and lots of fragrant garlic. These simple, core flavors create a deep, rich base that is just incredible. The secret is letting everything cook low and slow, building a truly comforting and complex flavor. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Okra, that slimy vegetable, trust me, I get it. I've heard every protest from my American friends who have a lifelong grudge against okra. But here's the thing, this dish is about to change your mind. The slow cooking process completely transforms the okra. It becomes incredibly soft and soaks up all that amazing umami flavor from the lamb and tomatoes. The texture is unique, yes. It's a little bit gooey, but that's the secret to its mind-blowing richness. This isn't just slimy ... This is a super umami explosion. When you think of fried cheese, you might picture mozzarella sticks, but this is a whole different experience. We're using a special type of Egyptian cheese called demi-edar cheese. It's firm and salty, which makes it perfect for pan frying until it's beautifully golden and crispy on the outside. Think of it as Egypt's version of halloumi. The outside gets a perfect, satisfying crunch, while the inside stays wonderfully rich and savory. All my American friends who have tried this get instantly addicted to that incredible combination of fatty and crispy. We'll serve it hot with some fresh bread or a crisp salad to balance the richness. This is one of those dishes you just can't stop eating. Let's get frying.